It's a beautiful morning.
Hey, welcome back to Good Day. All that rain and now everything, including weeds, growing like weeds. Dr. Angela Moemeka is a pediatrician, medical director of the Children's Health Community Health Programs. So you go out and you see the kids where they're ailing, and in a lot of cases, maybe allergies, maybe asthma, maybe both.
Absolutely. So a lot of children who have asthma actually have allergies as the trigger for their asthma. And we know that both things are linked because they have the same predispositions. Children who have asthma and allergies have a predisposition to hypersensitivity. So when they're exposed to allergens, when they're exposed to triggers like irritants and smoke, pollen, grass, pet dander, they can actually start to have symptoms that we usually recognize as allergies. So sniffling, sneezing, runny nose.
And you actually will do allergy assessments for people and go in and say, look, gosh, you've got 2 dogs and a cat, that might be the trigger.
Exactly.
You've got dirty carpet or carpet at all, that might be the trigger. Kids down on the floor playing with their toys, that could be a trigger.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we at Children's Health are very excited about is really providing a continuum of care for asthma. So we're doing everything from awareness and education to assessment and complex care. And what you mentioned is our asthma management program. So that program is open to anyone with a diagnosis of asthma, and you can be referred by any adult. And in that program, we have 2 components. We have a home visitation component where asthma experts actually come into your home, assess for triggers, and really help the family to mitigate those triggers, to avoid those triggers.
And this can be serious because where allergies are an inconvenience, asthma can be deadly.
Absolutely. So you want to be sure that, especially if you know your child's asthma is triggered by allergies, that you're controlling those allergies, avoiding them as much as possible, and following your doctor's instructions in terms of medications and treatment that can improve your asthma.
In the old days, and you're not that old, but I am, we heard, well, don't worry about asthma, they'll probably grow out of it. Is that true or not?
So one of the common thoughts is that 1/3 of children who have asthma as children will grow out of it or improve as they get older. 1/3 will be exactly the same as they get older, and 1/3 will actually get worse. And there's no way to really predict who's who. In general, what we say to families is children who have asthma are born with that predisposition. So you always want to make sure that your child is being followed by a specialist or a physician who knows and understands how to manage that asthma, and that you're working as a team. So the family understanding their home management of asthma and working with that physician who can help them with perfecting that home management.
Now, is asthma a disease in which I should be taking a medication all the time or just when I feel it coming on? A lot of people with allergies, one of the triggers, the allergies, they'll just say, well, I'm really feeling kind of sniffly, and then it takes weeks to get caught up when whatever you're taking takes effect.
You're so correct. So with asthma, there are 2 types. There's an intermittent type of asthma, which means that you only have symptoms when something triggers you. But then there are other children, about 60 to 70% of children with asthma have persistent asthma. And for that asthma, you do need daily medications, and you do need to maintain that level of control of your asthma so that when you are exposed to triggers, you don't have a severe exacerbation or a severe flare of your asthma.
Now, a lot of the seasonal stuff is over the counter now. The stuff, the medications that used to be prescription, we mentioned some of them, you know, Flonase, Allegra, Claritin, exactly, that used to be prescription medications are now available over the counter.
Correct.
In some cases, I hear from people, they say, well, that one doesn't work for me. Is it true that some will work for me and not work for Lauren?
It's true. So it really is a matter of what works best for that individual. And again, I can't state this enough. It's important to really work with your physician to make sure that you're using the right medication. If you are going to use over-the-counter medications, especially if your child has asthma, you want to make sure that that medication is appropriate for the child.
Right. Absolutely. Listen to your doctor, follow the advice, take your medication. Thank you so much. And we have more information on the free asthma assessment through Children's. You can find a link and the phone number on fox4news.com. Listen to her.